Hi everyone.
Hi. Welcome back to another episode of Did You See That? For those of you who are new, I am Bonolo.
And I am Nakolo.
And this is the show where we bring you our reviews from some of our favorite shows, some of our messy shows.
Ciao.
Just think you are on your couch watching TV and you want to unpack the things with a friend.
And you're chilling with us, your
And
girlfriend.
you're chilling. Yeah, this is the show for that.
This is the show.
So today we'll be reviewing a very spicy show that the whole of South Africa is watching.
Yeah, and it's currently, I would say, like halfway through the season.
Married at First Sight.
Season 2.
Wow.
Whoa. Kuningi.
What a mess.
Kuningi.
What a mess. So if you don't know the premise of the show, this is the show where strangers come and they basically meet each other for the first time at the altar and they marry strangers. So we have 4 couples. We have Tshepo and Palesa, Nelisa and Themba.
Yes.
Is that his name? Bongani and Portia, and then Makhoto and Chris Brown wannabe. I don't know his name. What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Nkululeko.
Because I was also going to say Chris Brown.
Yeah. So let's get into the tea. Right now we are halfway in the season. Who do you want to unpack first, actually?
Okay, let's start with Nelisa Themba, and then we'll go with
Wesa.
to West.
Okay, to West. Okay. Wow. Okay, so Nelisa Themba. My girl is delulu, but you know what?
And she thinks it's the Salulu.
She thinks it's the Salulu.
And I'm very actually quite scared for her.
Same.
I'm quite scared for her. And I think she's choosing to ignore the red flags.
Yeah.
And some, I think to a certain point, it feels like she's choosing to ignore them at the expense of protecting herself and her own, emotional well-being. And I was also just kind of reading and hearing when she spoke about her relationship with her dad, and I felt like a lot of that is those wounds that have never healed.
Yeah.
And so at the cost of herself and ignoring this to be in this marriage, she's choosing to completely just not take into consideration, I think the girls were mean how they spoke to her in the last episode, because there's also a way in which you deliver information. And
I also think it was a misery one's company kind of situation
100%
in that episode.
Yes. And so I think had they packaged it differently, she might have been a little bit more open to receiving it. But I think also there's a part of her that's choosing to ignore
all the stuff. So yeah, the red flags.
Because what do you mean?
Themba's baby mama has his credit card or something.
Yes.
They went on holiday together with the kids.
And Mahadi was paid but not completed.
And y'all play with customary law, guys.
You do.
You guys think that is just fun and game. This person has access to everything of yours.
And if she decides to go to the court and proves there are pictures of a gathering of sorts,
technically he's still married to her.
Yes.
And these are the conversations that I don't think Nelisa's drilling into completely. Yes, she wants love. Yes, Themba, relatively speaking, is at least one of the least problematic men on there, because he's been frank about and open about the fact that I do have a baby mama, I do have a soft spot for her, and this has been the dynamic. I don't have boundaries, but I'm willing to enforce those boundaries now that you're in my life.
But still, with 2 of these men in this show, I've just had questions where as things are being revealed, that has asked me, why did you come on this show?
Real.
Seeking marriage when you have this baggage.
True, but everybody has baggage.
That's big baggage.
Friend, Themba said that in the first, because you didn't watch, he did say that he was in a relationship with his baby mama and they broke up and he was completely heartbroken and closed off for a long time, and now he's starting to date again, and now he wants to like get married. This was in the beginning.
But this is not my argument. My argument is that untshitse magadi. So that is not a concluded process. I think people tend to think that just because sohlukene, it's over between us, even though I took out magadi, that like it's over, it's over. In the court of law, customarily,
you're married.
Nishadile.
How do you divorce customarily? Like what would that process look like?
I don't know if you have to
so
go
the
through
lawyers
the
and let us know, because I think a lot of this stuff also happens from ignorance, right? You think that like, okay, Kintisa Mahadi, but we've agreed that we don't want to be together. We've told the families that we don't want to be together, and then it's out. But then legally, it's still a situation. So I do think that, yeah.
And there are
there needs to be clarity around.
Nelisa is choosing to just
real and not asking like proper proper questions about that. So Nelisa is delulu. She's in love with her man. She was in love with her man from the moment she saw him the first time on the altar without him even uttering anything. She's that girl. She is in a Disney fantasy.
Stick beside him.
I'm a stick beside. That's my man.
My man, and my man.
Yeah. So that's those two. We'll see what happens over there. And then let's do Makhoto and
Nkululeko. Can I just be honest?
Real.
I still don't know who the guilty party is between the two.
I feel like Nkululeko is the more guilty party.
Because on the
she's a problem too, but I think
on the socials I feel like
actually what are the socials saying is Makhoto's guiltiness? Like
I've read a few things on the socials where it feels like people are just not for Makhoto.
Okay.
And they're saying things like she's acting if she thinks
real
she thinks
is an actress,
this is an audition, or she came here to set herself up for a career post this, and the show is, you know, like a step ladder towards that, and that every reaction that she has towards Nkululeko is just over dramatized and it's big, you know. But I feel like watching their interactions, I don't think either of them is innocent. I think that people are choosing to also ignore the things that Nkululeko does that triggers Makhoto.
Exactly.
I'm not saying her reactions are right, but I also think that like there are certain things that he has done that makes me wonder, like, are they attracted to each other? Number one.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
No.
How?
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about this previous episode where he was so happy that he laid it down. And it was like the first time in the whole show.
We've had struggles in that department.
Yo, I can't stand Nkululeko though. He triggers me in a very particular way.
Tell me why.
Because I feel like, you know how men are always like, a woman must bring me peace.
But are you
need to create you need to create an environment
where she is bringing softness and peace. And you can see Makhoto is very like, she's a lot more masculine and like just angry
in her energy.
Her energy.
Yeah.
And
he doesn't inspire softness in her. And I think what irritates me about him is that he's one of those like ncwele guys on paper, but the actions are completely different. One, and two,
and also in his ncweleness, like in the initial episodes, he was trying to force her to subscribe to his way of thinking of, you know, marriage, a wife, all of
what
those
a wife
things
is supposed to be like.
And these are the things
I don't feel comfortable with you having shorts on in the house, brother. You have if we're gonna go there, and your body is a temple. You have tattoos.
Actually, I have a few more things to say
like,
about Nkululeko.
No, I can't stand
him. I have 2 more things to say. Actually, you're making me like realize some few things. Firstly, Makhoto went to go Kotiza there for the weekend.
Now he doesn't want to go Kotiza.
And when he was, you know, I just don't feel comfortable going
because I'm gonna have to
and I feel like he was using that as a scapegoat because he kept saying, we're not in an okay space, and I'm not okay to go to the in-laws because we're not in an okay space. And I think that he was lying. He actually just didn't want to. And which, validates Makhoto's response when she was like, why did you take me to go Kotiza when you clearly have no intentions of, seeing this marriage through beyond, And secondly, I just think that like men have a duty to protect their spouses. And the first line of duty is when people say something about your partner. The fact that he did not react, he did not defend her when Tshepo called her a derogatory term, tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, look, she is loud, she is big, she is bold, but I do think that like her reactions don't just come out of nowhere. I think I think Nkululeko triggers a very particular thing in her that makes her respond that way. And yeah, and another thing about Nkululeko is that he's not used to a person or his partner calling him out on his bullshit. And Makhoto does that. And so that's why, like, all the time he'll be like, you never appreciate, you never, like, you don't bring me peace, you're always wanting to fight. And it's like, no, I'm holding you accountable for your actions.
Nah,
and I'm calling you out.
I also think that, like, there is a part of me that does believe her when she says he is a totally different person on camera than who he is off camera, because those reactions cannot be coming from
I 100% agree. From the first episode, I was like, this one is a problem. This one. He's like, no, then let me teach you.
Oh, holier than thou. I shame. Oh, brothers in Christ.
Brothers in Christ. Women of God. Because
women of God.
Because what you say and what you do are often very different things, and you cherry pick what works for you and what doesn't work for you.
And you want your wife to submit to you, but like,
yeah, no, miss me on that. So that's Nkululeko and Makhoto. We'll save the best for last. Then we have Portia and Bongani. I can't stand Portia. My only review of her is that she's a mean girl. She talks crap about her husband to other people, but won't actually be frank about how she feels to him. She's constantly belittling him. She's constantly finding things that are wrong with him. And I just really hope that Bongani, like, actually, I think he's the most decent guy out of all of these people. And I really hope that, like, this experience wasn't damaging for him and that he's found his happily ever after. That's my review of him.
I think short and sweet.
Because it's when he's like 6 packs are for people who don't work.
Period.
I said, I really hope that you continue to be this secure in yourself and that you don't allow this girl to now make you feel
Girl,
and you've seen that it hasn't worked for you. Also, why?
But also, Bongani is not bad looking.
Yeah, I also don't think he's bad.
Why you not think?
He's just not tall, dark, and handsome. But I don't think he's
not
bad
looking.
He's not bad looking. On a list Dima as well. You know what I mean? And I feel like she kept saying, we get along. I do look forward to talking to him. I do, and I was like, ma'am, then like, what matters more, tall, dark, and handsome, or like how a person makes you feel?
Where are we going with this?
Like, the attraction will grow.
Where are we going with this? And I think for me, initially when I saw that Portia was displeased when she got to the altar, I kind of did give her grace in those first few episodes, because I was like, think about this is a social experiment, and the first time you ever meeting your partner is at the altar, and you can only pray to God that, like, the psychologists and the therapists have paired you with a person who you've told them, from both an emotional standpoint but a physical standpoint. And so I was like, it is understandable for her to be a little disappointed, because like, you just don't know what to expect, honestly.
Yeah.
Right? But then I think there's a way in which you convey that disappointment that 100%. Also needs to be respectful to your partner, and to say that, like, this may not have been what I expected, but I'm willing to remain open to the process into getting to know this person, and also then not going and talking about this person, in a way that is like you can never come back from those
Dude,
things.
and you know he's gonna see it.
You
And
know,
you know his
his
family
family
is
is
gonna
gonna
see
see
it.
it.
And you're out here in the previous episode saying, family ya name brekela. Where see? Like
That time, like,
I'm like,
you
what?
got
They
the
welcomed
best.
you so
You got the
nicely.
best family out of
Yes.
all of these 4 couples that I
Girl, they even said he must give you money. I was like, Sissy, what more do you want?
like.
Told Dark and
Sissy,
Handsome is not gonna pay the bills, man.
can you get with? I need you to get.
Bulakamo ukwalekamo.
I need
That's what
you-
my aunt always says. Bulamo ukwalemo. That's what I needed her to do. Like
I need you to get in line. I need you to get
she
in
annoyed
line.
me so much. She annoyed me so much.
No,
I was
no.
just like,
None of the
girl,
things she did were
get it
actually
together
respectful to Bongani, to be quite honest.
at all.
To be quite honest.
And then we have the best for last, Tshepo and Palesa.
Our star couple. That was off their show. Hey!
Yo, you know when the show started, ne? I was like, oh, Tshepo, he seems to have a pretty good head on his shoulder. This is like in the first episode or whatever. I was like, oh, okay. It's okay, chum.
Okay.
He was like, oh, yeah, you know, this and this has happened, you know, gone to therapy, what, and you know me, Moss. I'm like, oh, man who's working on himself. Okay.
Healed.
Wow. What a mess.
A conscious man. A self-aware man.
You know what I realized?
Hey!
A lot of the times, these homies that talk about therapy,
Weaponizing.
they are on the same social media that we are on and know all of the terms,
Gaslight,
to be using,
weaponizing,
triggers. They know all the
weaponized
words, all the
incompetence.
keywords.
Hey.
Only to find that this person has not done any work. So, and I feel like that's what happened with Tshepo.
I feel
What
like
a mess.
Tshepo, unalist Tshepo somewhere.
Oh,
Because
100%.
which person on the first night, on your wedding night,
Us about is
or was it the second night? They were at the spa.
It was in the beginning.
It was in the beginning.
You just
That's
met
the
this
point.
person.
You've just met this person. This
I
is
feel like
your
he was trying
newlywed
to
wife.
proposition her,
Prepare her.
prepare her.
Because that question didn't come out of anywhere.
Real.
It didn't come out of anywhere. So what do you mean that, what are your thoughts on is Themba? And then when she asks him, he says, yeah, he actually can see its benefits.
Why are you here, sir? Why did you come on the show?
And then you're getting phone calls from people that are not from your place of work.
And then you're surprised at her reaction.
I'm also like, actually, the other thing that I actually want us to talk about here are the therapists, because
ngqongqoshe. I think that's how they call them on the thing.
interesting ngqongqoshes, Kesana.
Okay.
Because none of these couples are working out.
No.
So, like, I'm interested to find out what was the thinking behind the pairing.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like in all of the things that Palesa has mentioned to Ongqongqoshe, they have not been taken into consideration with the seriousness that they deserve.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, hi, Bo, I'm telling you that this man received a call, and then when I called his place of work, which was wrong, to find out this person is not working, does not work here. So who is this person?
And there wasn't
Who is
any
this
like
person, Tshepo?
accountability on his part to say, or rather from the experts to say, okay, Tshepo, this is how she feels. Who really is this person? One. Two, the other like therapy session that they have, the first thing that the therapist says is, you guys are both, what did he say?
You're full of it.
You're
man.
full of it.
How?
You must stay in the house. I'm like, brother, if this is what marriage is, fail me, ma'am. Fail me, teacher. Like, I can't ask you questions. I can't hold you accountable. If I need space, I can't like just go take some time out to try and de-escalate the situation. No, whatever happens, you must stay in the marital home and sleep in the marital home. Even when this person has been a house.
And this person is lying to me. And also, like, why was he drinking in the therapy session?
There was just a lot wrong. And why did he allow it?
there was just so
Why
much.
did the therapist allow that to
There was
happen?
just so much that was happening, and I was also just like, and then when Palesa said I might be pregnant, I said, hold on.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I
Baby.
said, Pali baby,
Show me.
even if these
You
are your
just met this
husbands,
person. Yeah.
we have just met each other. Eh, eh. This is a stranger for all intents and purposes.
Madam.
We don't know who this person is. We don't know this person's history. We don't know this person.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just like, but I've been wondering, like, where did it go wrong? Do you think that like they just didn't like, or Tshepo didn't like Palesa from
The get-go.
the get-go, or because initially it seemed like, oh, okay,
Yeah, they were fine.
second to Bongani and Nelisa, okay, this is another couple that might
make it
work.
Yeah.
But now it's like now things are coming out of the woodwork.
I think the man wasn't honest from the get-go. And the only reason that I say that is because you cannot come onto a show and at your honeymoon you're already asking about is Themba. Like I just think
Njani.
I think his intentions were just from jump. I don't think that he actually wanted the situation. That's my only explanation.
So why come on a show called Married at First Sight to get a wife?
Maybe because you want a second wife and you're hoping that she'll be okay with it. Is my hypothesis. Because it's exactly that. They were fine up until that conversation. Then it was a domino effect from there.
For me, it feels like when he asked that question that there was already someone in the picture.
Real.
And I think you're right. He was preparing her after we hop off the show.
Yeah, Uguti, okay, so.
Which is also why I think that the weekend where she was meant to Kotiza, she ended up not going to Kotiza. And I feel like it's either he told, the socials was also saying this, either he told his family to say no and use culture as asimayemo.
He was very quick-witted to be like, I can make you listen to the voice note if you want.
And the way he was huffing and puffing, I was like, this is someone who's preparing to lie. Preparing to tell a lie.
Real.
And I was just like, no. So this season was not
spicy,
even,
man.
was not even one hopeful. Which is why like I was questioning, I was like, how were these people paired together? And like what was the thinking? Because nobody is working out.
I think Nelisa and her person will go all the way.
The other
she'll be dribbled, so much. But I think they'll go all the way. The others, it's try.
Busy, man.
It's try.
But try.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think, what your predictions are in terms of the couples. Let us know your thoughts on these past episodes. And yeah, we'll see you next week reviewing the rest of the episodes of Married at First Sight. Bye.